Welcome to School of Thumb, the series that gets plant experts to answer your common garden guesswork. We're pruning back gardening to its core and getting you the answers to the questions you've been asking across Australia. This episode, we've got 3 experts from around New South Wales who've got potfuls of practical advice in the garden. Tim, the all-round gardening guru. Amanda, the garden styling savant. And Mark, the top dog in trees. This episode, we're adding a splash of colour to an urban space in a fuss-free way. Welcome, experts. This episode, we speak with Sam. He's gotten his houseplant game sorted, but wants to add some colour to the mix. Shall we have a look? Sam, this is such a beautiful place to live, you lucky thing.
Thank you.
How long have you been here?
2 years.
Okay, and was it always a beautiful indoor-outdoor garden? How much work has this been?
A lot. When my partner and I moved in, it was just cement and glass, and now it feels like home, full of plants.
Well, first up, I'd have to say I reckon he's an expert. Does he want my seat on this couch? He's doing very well.
What else is going on in this space that makes the right plant selection important?
Yeah, I need hardy plants that can weather a bit of parental neglect. Absence, that's the one.
So, what's the sun doing in this place? When is it at its strongest?
Afternoon, so a lot of harsh afternoon sun. It gets sun, from about 2 right through till the evening, and it gets hot in here.
So quite shady in the morning, but then full and hot in the afternoons.
So, what's the next step for you?
I think the next step for me is more colour. I want like flowering plants or colourful leaves, things like that.
Yeah, okay, well you clearly like colour. I can see your toenails. We've got to get some of that vibe into this greenery. Well, experts, we've got some strong sun in the afternoon, but I need your ideas to turn Sam's green thumbs into slightly more colourful thumbs. All right, if Sam wants to choose a plant that's going to have colourful leaves 365 days a year and is going to take that sun, which one's it going to be, Amanda?
My go-to plant would be the coleus, because I think there's so much variety and there's so many different colours in those leaves. Oranges, reds, purples, they'd be easy and lush in that sort of an area. I think that'd work.
I think also with that direct westerly sun, bigger pots are always better. So if you have a larger pot and he's got his plants in that, they won't dry out anywhere near as quick, because that hot westerly sun will dry plants out really quick. So nice large pots, mulch around the top and really protect it from that westerly sun.
What do you use as mulch when you're putting something in a pot?
There's so many different ones on the market. Sugarcane mulch is always nice, or any of the fine barks that look pretty. Sometimes the pebbles can actually reflect the heat back, so although pebbles look good, I tend to stick away from them.
Okay, good to know.
If he could get something out on that balcony, something that's kind of consistent, like a big leaf plant, perhaps in a largish pot, that could give him some cover.
There's one other suggestion I've got, which is the philodendron. There's a red form of a philodendron and there's also an orange form. Prince of Orange, I think it's called, and it's just gorgeous in terms of lightening a space.
Yep.
So if Sam's going to pick one beautiful, colourful plant that will withstand the direct sunlight in the afternoon, what's it going to be?
I'd say the coleus. Beautiful variety, lots of colour and tough.
Well, let's put together this colourful solution at the workbench.
Okay, great.
Well, when you really get a bunch of colourful plants together, it's almost overwhelming. There's so much here.
These coleus, they're almost like you're in a lolly shop. And as you can see, they do flower, but the colours are what we're looking for, and they last indoors and they will keep their colour for months and months and months. My suggestion is to keep them dense and looking beautiful. We just tip prune out the flowers. You don't want them to flower, and you just keep some of the small new growth off them.
So tip pruning, either taking off the flowers or just taking out the top few leaves.
That's right.
So that they don't just
keep going.
Go longer and longer, they thicken up.
They will not get leggy. And then to give that shade we were talking about from that hot western sun, if we bring in something that's taller, like the cordyline, beautiful pink foliage.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Like the pink bits of it are almost Like fluorescent pink.
Yeah, and it will throw the other colours that we put with it. And then the Imperialis bromeliad, the rubra. So there's a rubra form of the bromeliad and there's a rubra form of that cordyline, and both of those spectacular. And more red, the more sun you give them. And it will get to about 1 metre if it's happy and in a big pot.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So big pot, gorgeous plant. Throw the colours that you've got with the purples and the reds of your other coleus. And I think Sam should hopefully have a nice cheery space.
I agree. Well, Sam, that's how to make your home burst with colour with plants that are a little less needy. For our next lesson at School of Thumb, we visit Mel. She wants her beachside balcony to be populated by plants that succeed in the sea air. For more inspiration, don't forget to visit us on our socials and keep an eye on your local nursery. There could be a School of Thumb forum right on your doorstep. Till next time, happy growing, Australia.